82. The fair girl seeks the young. Primal spirit guards the way. We were telling you about 8 rules who, having bounded down the mountain, discovered a narrow path, which he followed for some 5 or 6 miles. Suddenly he caught sight of 2 female fiends bailing water from a well. How did he know so readily, you ask, that they were female fiends? Because he saw that each of them had a chignon on her head about 15 inches tall, and adorned with tiny bamboo strips. It was a most unfashionable style. Our idiot walked up to them and cried, "Monstrous fiends!" Infuriated by what they heard, the fiends said to each other, "This monk is such a rogue. We don't know him, nor have we ever tittle-tattled with him. How can he address us as monstrous fiends just like that?" Greatly annoyed, the fiends picked up the poles they had brought along for carrying water and brought them down on 8 Rules' head. Since Idiot had no weapons to ward off the blows, they succeeded in whacking him quite a few times. Holding his head, he ran back up the mountain, crying, "Oh, elder brother, let's go back. Those fiends are fierce." "How fierce?" asked Pilgrim. 8 Rules replied, "In the mountain valley there were 2 female monster spirits bailing water from a well. I called them once, and they beat me several times with poles." "What did you call them?" asked Pilgrim. "I called them monstrous fiends," answered 8 Rules. "That," said Pilgrim, chuckling, "was too small a beating. Thanks for looking after me," said 8 Rules. "My head's swollen, and you claim that it's too small a beating." Pilgrim said, "Haven't you heard of the proverb? Gentility gets through the world. Obduracy takes you nowhere. They are monsters of this region, but we are monks who came from afar. Even if you possessed arms all over your body, you would still have to be more tactful. You walk up to them and immediately call them monstrous fiends. Would they overlook you and want to hit me instead? A human person must put propriety and music first. I'm even more ignorant of that," said 8 Rules. Pilgrim said, "When you were devouring humans in the mountain during your youth, did you have any knowledge of 2 kinds of wood?" "No, what are they?" asked 8 Rules. "One is poplar, and the other's rosewood," said Pilgrim. "Poplar is quite pliant by nature, and it is used by craftsmen for carving holy images or making tathagatas. The wood is dressed in gold and painted. It is decorated with jade and other ornaments. Tens of thousands of people burn incense before it in their worship, and it enjoys countless blessings. Rosewood, on the other hand, is hardy and tough by nature. Oil factories, therefore, harvest it to make caskets. They bind the planks with iron rings, and then they hammer them with mallets. The wood's toughness, you see, is what causes it to suffer like that." "Oh, elder brother," said 8 Rules. "If you had told me a story like that a bit sooner, I would have been spared their beating. You must go back and question them further," said Pilgrim. "But they'll recognize me," protested 8 Rules. "You may go in transformation," Pilgrim answered. 8 Rules asked, "Even if I go in transformation, elder brother, how should I question them?" Pilgrim replied, "After you have transformed yourself, walk up to them and give them a proper greeting. See how old they are. If they're about the same age as we are, address them as ladies. If they are somewhat older, then call them mesdames." "What poppycock?" said 8 Rules, chuckling. "This place is so far from home. Why bother to be so intimate?" "It's not a matter of intimacy," said Pilgrim, "but of getting information from them. If they had indeed abducted Master, we could move against them immediately. If not, we certainly don't want to be delayed from going elsewhere to finish our business, do we?" "You're right," said 8 Rules. "I'll go back." Dear Idiot. Stuffing the rake inside the sash around his waist, he walked down to the mountain valley, where with one shake of his body he changed into a dark, stoutish priest. He swaggered up to the fiends and bowed deeply, saying, "Mesdames, this humble cleric salutes you." Delighted, the 2 of them said to each other, Now this priest is quite nice. He knows how to bow, and he knows how to greet people properly. Elder, asked one of them, where did you come from? Where did I come from? Said 8 Rules. Where are you going to? She asked again. Where am I going to? He replied again. What is your name? She asked a third time. What is my name? He replied a third time. Laughing, the fiend said, this priest is nice all right, but he doesn't seem to know anything, not even his own history, except to repeat what people say. Mesdames, asked 8 Rules. Why are you bailing water? The fiend said. You may not know this, priest, but last night the mistress of our house abducted a Tang monk into our cave, whom she wanted to entertain. Since the water in our cave is not clean enough, she sent the 2 of us here to fetch fine water that is a product of yin-yang copulation. She is also having a vegetarian banquet prepared for the Tang monk, for she wants to marry him this evening. When he heard this, our idiot turned quickly to race up the mountain, crying, Sha monk, bring out the luggage quickly and let's divide it up. Second elder brother, asked Sha monk. Why do you want to divide it up again? After we've divided it up, replied 8 Rules. You may return to the river of flowing sand to devour humans, and I'll go back to the Gao village to see my in-laws. Big brother can go to Mount Flower Fruit to call himself a sage, while the white horse can return to the ocean to become a dragon. Master, you see, has already married the monster spirit in the cave. We should all scatter to pursue our own livelihood. Pilgrim said. This idiot is babbling again. Only your son's babbling, replied 8 Rules. Just now, those 2 monster spirits bailing water told me that they were preparing a vegetarian banquet for the Tang monk. After he has been fed, they will be married. That monster spirit may have master imprisoned in the cave, said Pilgrim. But he must be waiting with bulging eyes for us to go rescue him. And you are speaking in this manner. How are we going to rescue him? Asked 8 Rules. Pilgrim said, the 2 of you can lead the horse and pull the luggage while we follow those 2 female fiends. We'll let them lead us up to their door, and then we'll begin the attack together. Our idiot had little choice but to comply. From a great distance Pilgrim trained his eyes on those 2 fiends, who walked deep into the mountain for some 20 miles and then vanished from sight. Master must have been seized by daytime ghosts, exclaimed a startled 8 Rules. What fine perception, said Pilgrim. How could you tell their true forms so readily? 8 Rules said. Those fiends were carrying their water as they walked along, and then they suddenly disappeared. Aren't they daytime ghosts? I think they have crawled inside a cave instead, said Pilgrim. Let me take a look, dear great sage. He opened wide his fiery eyes and diamond pupils to scan the entire mountain, but he saw no movement whatsoever. Below a sheer cliff, however, there was a small terrace with elegant openwork carvings decorated with floral patterns of 5 colors and a towered gate with triple eaves and white banners. When he walked up to the terrace with 8 Rules and Sha monk to look, he saw these large words inscribed on the gate, Mount Void Entrapping, Bottomless Cave. Brothers, said Pilgrim, that monster spirit has erected this edifice here, but I wonder where she has put the door. It can't be very far, said Sha monk. Let's make a careful search. As they turned to look around, they discovered a huge boulder, the surface area of which had to be over 10 square miles, beneath the towered gate at the foot of the mountain. In the center of this boulder there was an opening to a cave, roughly the size of a large earthen vat, which had been crawled over so frequently that the surface of the entrance had grown shiny and smooth. Oh, elder brother, said 8 Rules. This is the entrance through which the monster spirit goes in and out. When he looked at it, Pilgrim said, how strange. Both of you know that Old Monkey has captured quite a few monster spirits since he became a guardian of the Tang monk. But I have never seen a cave dwelling quite like this. 8 Rules, you go down first and see how deep it is. Then I can go in and try to rescue Master. Shaking his head, 8 Rules said, "This is hard. Very hard. Old Hog is quite ponderous. If I trip and fall in, I wonder if I can reach bottom after 2 or 3 years." "Is it that deep?" asked Pilgrim. "Just look," said 8 Rules. The great sage prostrated himself at the rim of the cave opening and peered downward. Egads! It was deep. All around it had to be more than 300 miles. "Brothers," he said, turning around. "It's very deep indeed. You may as well go back," said 8 Rules. "You can't rescue Master." "How can you talk like that?" replied Pilgrim. "You must not be lazy, nor should you be slothful. Let's put the luggage down and tether the horse to the pillar of the towered gate. Use your rake and Sha Monk can use his staff to bar the entrance. I'll go in to investigate. If Master is indeed inside, I'll use my iron rod to attack the monster spirit and chase her out. When she reaches the entrance up here, you two can cut off her escape route. That's cooperation from within and without. Only after we have slaughtered the spirits in this way can we hope to rescue Master." The 2 of them obeyed. With a bound, Pilgrim leapt into the cave as 10,000 colored clouds rose beneath his feet. Auspicious air, in layers, veiled his side. In a little while, he reached the depths of the cave, which, however, he found to be bright and clear. Like the outside world, this place had sunlight, the rustle of wind, flowers, fruits, and trees. Delighted, Pilgrim said to himself, "What a marvelous place!